and also like she's there to offer her platform and her support to Mahmoud Khalil, and you guys are fucking mad, and you're outflanking Mahmoud Khalil's legal team. You're outflanking most likely him, because like this would not be allowed if he said no to it. I know this because I've been in constant contact with his fucking legal team as well. Okay? Not only for months have I been talking about the situation, the injustice, but also for months I've been trying to literally go down to the facility with politicians and actually go and talk to him directly. Mahmoud Khalil. What is this? Working Fox News link, but it's ads? Oh, thank you.
Victory for advocates challenging President Trump's immigration crackdown. Mahmoud Khalil, the pro-Palestinian activist and Columbia University graduate student, is now free on bail. Yesterday, he was released from a federal immigration detention center in Louisiana after more than 100 days in custody. Khalil said he'll share more of his story at a news conference here in New York today. But first, his first order of business, hugging his wife and newborn son. Lilia Luciano has the story.
Turn around, turn around, turn around.
When federal agents arrested Mahmoud Khalil 3 months ago, they would not reveal the charges against him.
The man said, "We're with the police, you have to come with us."
Khalil's wife, Noor, described the arrest to CBS Sunday Morning.
At this point, Mahmoud was like, "Go take the keys, grab my green card." He thought maybe like if he shows the green card, we'll be fine.
The ICE agents also refused to say where he was being taken. Khalil was flown to a detention center in Louisiana before his attorneys could track him down. Khalil was among the most visible figures at the pro-Palestinian demonstrations at Columbia University. He does not have a criminal record, but as his case got more attention, the Trump administration accused him of lying in his green card application.
Okay, that was added on after, and it's still bullshit. They're not even saying that he lied. They're saying that he failed to talk about his background on the background checks. He omitted key details about his past. He didn't lie on his background check at all. Also, the Trump administration didn't even know he had a green card when they arrested him, for the record. And lying about him trying to buy weapons, no, that was Mohsen Mahdawi, not Mahmoud Khalil. They added on additional reasons to extend extend his prison sentence. Which, by the way, you can't even keep him in prison for that, for the record. It's so stupid. Like, it's literally like saying, oh, you failed to admit that you started a Marvel fan club in your high school. Why would that be important for the federal government to know? Which they have that information on their end anyway. You know what I mean? They were like, oh, you started a student club for Palestine at school, and you also worked for UNRWA. You interned at UNRWA. Dog, we fund UNRWA. What are you talking about? It's like, that's not any kind of information that would stop someone at the time, maybe not anymore, but at the time when he was getting his green card, that would not have been sufficient cause to deny someone a green card. You can't make this post hoc rationalization for why he must have his green card removed.
Of being a Hamas sympathizer and participating in anti-Semitic protests. They never charged him with any crime.
I think we ought to get them all out of the country. They're troublemakers. They're agitators.
Ultimately, Secretary of State Marco Rubio said that Khalil's actions would have potentially serious adverse.
Yeah, also, he was kept in prison for 104 days. Worth noting, yeah, Graham Lowe, shouts out to Graham Lowe. He's been a real help on this, on connecting with Mahmoud Khalil's legal team. Worth noting that everyone was denied access to Mahmoud, media, congresspeople, family, even his lawyers were being given a hard time. The Trump admin was trying to disappear him. Oh yeah, 100%. It's crazy. And last night they were crying. Last night, the DHS, once again, was posting like a bunch of babies crying that it's like, this is another rogue judge decision. I hate it. How dare they do such a thing? Blah, 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 blah. It's like, they are unbearable, dude. It is so goddamn annoying. I can't stand these motherfuckers.
Foreign policy consequences. A federal judge appointed by President Biden ruled that detaining Khalil was a violation of his First Amendment right to free speech. He has been held for 3 months and missed the birth of his son.
Dude, I can't, like, litigation of this sort is so insane because there's the federal government doing it. Like, having the federal government operate like they're Ethan Klein is insane, okay? Having the Trump administration use the court structure to basically behave as though they're an annoying, washed 40-year-old pro-Israel YouTuber that's just like engaging in ridiculous litigation, frivolous lawsuits because he wants to like eradicate his enemies or at least like put them through a long and convoluted legal process because they dare defy him and follow through on his agenda of react to my YouTube video, which they did, and they were featured in the goddamn YouTube video only to be upset at the reaction and cynically try to make it seem as though this is a real copyright violation when in fact it's just a way to try and punish people for criticizing you, which is a chilling effect on free speech, by the way, from a private party. Obviously, this is nowhere near as disgusting and as awful as the federal government doing so, because the federal government has the capacity to kill you if they wanted to and take away your freedom. But the modus operandi is identical. It's just so pathetic.
My husband was taken away from me in the middle of the night. It was one of the most terrifying times of my life.
Early Friday evening, Khalil walked out of the Louisiana Detention Center a free man, 104 days after he was arrested.
The message is justice will prevail, no matter what this administration may try to portray.
For CBS Saturday Morning, Emilia Luciano in New York.
Full war against Palestinians across Palestine. The U.S. government is funding this, and Columbia University...
No! Mahmoud, don't say that. That's what put you in prison the first time. No, I'm just kidding. But like that literally is. There was someone yesterday in the chat being like, oh, dude, I can't believe they released this like grave threat, this grave security threat. And I was like, what do you think is the security threat? That he's going to do more speech? Is that what you were afraid of? That he will do more of the thing that put him in prison, which is saying the truth about Israel?
Is investing in this site. This is what I was protesting. This is what I will continue to protest with every one of you. Not only if they threaten me with detention, even if they would me, I would still speak up for Palestine. Again, I just want to...
New York Times editorial staff edited out the mention of Israel's genocide from a quote his wife said about his release for what it's worth. Yeah, does anyone have the link to that? The OG quote versus what the New York Times' quote was? Because I saw a tweet about it, and I don't know if I have it here on the docket somewhere. I thought I did, but where the frick is it? No, that's not it. Those are the B2s. Mahmoud Khalil's wife's quote versus the New York Times quote. This ruling does not begin to address the injustices the Trump administration has brought upon our family and so many others. But today we are celebrating Mahmoud coming back to New York to be reunited with our little family and the community that has supported us since the day he was unjustly taken for speaking out for Palestinian freedom. We know this ruling does not begin to address the injustices the Trump administration has brought upon our family and so many others the government is trying to silence for speaking out against Israel's ongoing fight against Palestinians. That's crazy, man. I cannot believe it. Like they just don't even want that mentioned. They don't want that mentioned at all. Most watched clip of Mahmoud Khalil at the airport with Rep. AOC and his attorneys. It's astounding to me how empathetic, clear-eyed, and resolute his is after being worn down by 3 months of unjust detention to chill his free speech. His first thoughts were for his fellow detainees in the Louisiana prison and speaking for their humanity and worthiness. Yeah, he's a good dude, man. He's a great ambassador. He's a great advocate.
Go back and just continue the work that I was already doing, advocating for Palestinian rights, a speech that should actually be celebrated rather than punished, as this administration wants to do. But we'll take a few questions.
Mahmoud, what would you say to the Trump administration because they wanted to keep
I met my wife, sweet maple syrup, because of you.
Just the fact that I am here, it's a message. The fact that all these attempts to suppress pro-Palestine voices have
Nice.
failed now. So this is the message. My existence is a message. The Palestinian existence is a message to this administration.
How do you
How
still
does it
believe?
feel to be free? How does it feel to be free?
To be honest, I'm I'm still trying to just comprehend that. Of course, it feels great. When I was on the inside, I was free. It's just I was locked up. The fact that they put me in that place, that didn't mean that I was not free. I continued to advocate for Palestinians, for the immigrants who are left behind in that facility. That 1,200 men who, all of them, are incredible men, who the Trump administration are trying to portray as whether criminals or just like illegals, as they say. And as I said yesterday, whether you are a citizen, an immigrant, anyone on this land, you're not illegal. That doesn't make you less of a human. And this is what the administration is trying to do, to dehumanize me, to dehumanize the immigrants, to dehumanize anyone who actually does not agree with what the administration is doing.
Sorry, excuse me. We're not going to do any more questions today. Come tomorrow to the press conference.
Mahmoud, do you still believe in the promise of America,
Excuse me, please. No more questions today, but we do have one more speaker. And you can come tomorrow to the press conference where there will be time for many, many more questions. But because of the security here, we have to leave. So thank you.
Thank you, everyone. First of all, first and foremost, I think we speak on behalf of so many people across this country, across the state of New York, but also across so many communities in the United States, and welcoming Mahmoud home to be here and to be reunited with his wife and his newborn son. Mahmoud Khalil was imprisoned for 104 days by this administration, by the Trump administration, with no grounds and for political reasons. Because Mahmoud Khalil is an advocate for Palestinian human
Didn't she help pass a bill that made it being anti-Israel equals anti-Semitism? No, that's not. No, she didn't.
rights, he has been accused baselessly of horrific allegations simply because the Trump administration and our overall establishment disagrees with his political speech. This was a form, his detention by ICE, being taken from his home, as well as other advocates, Ms. Ozturk in Boston, Massachusetts, ripped off of the street, being taken is wrong, it is illegal, it is a violation of his First Amendment rights, it is an affront to every American, and we will not allow and we will continue to resist the politicization and the continued political persecution that ICE.
I like that I already prefaced this by saying, if you're going to fucking sit here and yell about AOC being there, like it doesn't seem like Mahmoud has a problem with that. And also, like, she's there to offer her platform and her support to Mahmoud Khalil, and you guys are fucking mad, and you're outflanking Mahmoud Khalil's legal team. You're outflanking most likely him, because like this would not be allowed if he said no to it. I know this because I've been in constant contact with his fucking legal team as well. Okay, so if you're getting mad, you should get mad at Mahmoud too, I guess, and his entire legal team, I guess, because she didn't just like roll up to this thing. Okay, yeah, here is Noreen Akhtar. We worked in lockstep with Mahmoud's legal team every step of the way to support his release. AOC's consistently called for his release and support his transition back from Louisiana. Some of y'all's misogyny is showing. Like, there are things that you should get mad at every politician over, including AOC. Like, working tirelessly for a ceasefire is really fucking stupid to say. It's not true. It's not stupid, actually. It's indecent to say. Okay? But, like, this is not one of those instances. She's also quite literally, it's your own Hoscord that breeds this extremism. Oh, shut the fuck up. I'm yelling at my Hoscord right now by fucking saying this. Okay? Most likely Mike chatters. No, fucking Mike actually, I think, respects AOC quite a bit. No, that's bullshit. There are certain people he like targets perhaps maybe a little unfairly, but AOC is not one of them. This is more so like Twitter, more radical elements within the pro-Palestinian movement that understandably are frustrated with like the limited amount of mobilization that Bernie and AOC engage in. And there's reasonable criticism, and then there's unreasonable criticism. Like I retweet Chris Van Hollen with regular frequency nowadays. Do I do that because I think he's like a perfect politician? Do I agree with him on everything? No. But if a American Democratic senator is going to come out and say, don't look away. Since the start of the Israel-Iran war 7 days ago, over 400 Palestinians in Gaza have been killed. Many shot while seeking food. It's unconscionable that Netanyahu has not allowed international orgs to resume food delivery. The weaponization of food must end. He didn't call it a genocide, right? Some of you guys don't understand what it takes to build a coherent and successful movement against like these atrocities that are unfolding that many people would rather turn a blind eye to. You feel me? AOC's doing a good thing here. We want more politicians to do this. It shouldn't be AOC. You know who should be doing an actual fucking photo op? Fucking Chuck Schumer, okay? And in a world where Chuck Schumer is doing this photo op, AOC is supposed to be fucking carrying the torch for Palestinian liberation. Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries should be waiting. They should be the ones who are routinely releasing condemnations of the Trump administration every single day. Been 103 days since Mahmoud Khalil was falsely imprisoned by the anti-First Amendment government for criticizing a foreign government, which he has every right to do so. I'm not saying that's what Chuck Schumer would do, for the record. I'm saying that, I mean, if given the opportunity, I'm sure Chuck would fucking kill him. But like in a normal, civilized country where there is truly an opposition party that isn't just servile to the uniparty interests of foreign policy and servile to a fucking foreign government, that's what would be happening. Do you understand? Hasan, dumbass, doing limited praise for politicians championing causes we all believe in. Me, the smartest little leftist online, sitting at home in my underwear doing nothing but dishing out purity tests. Yeah. Like for me, I don't give a fuck where this is coming from. I mean, I've even offered like very, very limited praise, like unimaginably limited praise, albeit still incredibly critical of fucking Tucker Carlson for doing the bare minimum decent adversarial reporting against Ted Cruz. You feel me? Am I a fan of Tucker Carlson? No, I am not a fan of Tucker Carlson. I have often said he's one of the most dangerous political actors in the country.
Is engaged in. And so we welcome Mahmoud home. We will continue to support. I also want to thank the incredible work of CCR, the ACLU, IMEU, and many other advocacy organizations, the lawyers and organizers on the ground who have supported his family. And I have to, of course, thank my staff in office, Maureen Akhtar, who has done so much incredible work as well in ensuring that Mahmoud gets the justice and dignity that he deserves. And so right now we hope that, and we wish for Mahmoud and his family to be able to enjoy some peace after an incredibly difficult 104 days. But we also have a path ahead of us. This is not over, and we will have to continue to support this case. And I also want to thank, I know we have representatives from Senator Schumer's office and others, because everybody agrees. Everyone agrees that the persecution based on political speech is wrong. And it is a violation of all of our First Amendment rights, not just Mahmoud's. Thank you very much.
Mahmoud Khalil's release the President Trump's immigration agenda?
I think the thing that we know first and foremost is that the Trump administration knows that they are waging a losing legal battle. They are violating the law, and they know that they are violating the law, and they are trying to use these one-off examples to intimidate everyone else from not going to school, from not using their speech, etc. And so we hope, we've seen that a judge has tossed out their actions not just once, but twice, and we hope to continue to advocate for the administration to follow the law, frankly. Thank you.
Free Palestine! Free Palestine!
We will do some Q&A with Baher and Ramsey if you want. These are attorneys then they will answer questions.
Tomorrow. What time is the press tomorrow?
I think it's 5:30, but we'll send out an advice.
I love this look, bro. This guy's a fucking... I can tell this motherfucker's crazy. The disheveled attorney.
St. John. What?
St. John. Can you tell us what you expect? Is there a timeline for when?
Waiting for someone to say, from Hamas. Yeah. I can't believe it. Mahmoud Khalil said, free Palestine, and nobody said from Hamas. It is clear to me that this is a grouping of terrorism.
Hey, guys.
Come to the
Questions about what is the meaning of his release. It's
what is this?
an important